What's up, guys? So this is video number 5. So basically we ended up on this section right here. uh, we're gonna start working on the model, the pop-up model request form, and once we're done with that, we're gonna generate the contact us form and the map and then the footer. So alright, let's get started on it. So I got my Dreamweaver file up, and we're gonna start by creating our, so I'm gonna create my node here. This is where and again, I'm just throwing some notes here. So we're gonna create a div class Remember, we named it my model, and role it's going to be dialog. Let's create a class for the model dialog. Okay. Now let's create we're gonna create the actual content that's gonna go inside the model. So and as I say, so we're gonna create the content that goes in here. So we're gonna start off by div class. We're gonna name it model content, div class model header. Then we'll create the button type equals button class. We're generating the close button right here. Data. So basically we're creating this button right here. So let's create our h4 tags request service. So that's gonna be this right here. Gonna be this h4 span class glyph icon. We're gonna use a lock, close the span, and then request service. Close our div. So remember, we just generated the little glyph icon right here, the lock, and then we created the h4 request service text. And now we're gonna generate these fields right here. So we're gonna start out by creating a div class, model, body, and then we're gonna create a form, role, form, and then div class, form, group, and then we're gonna create the label for PSW, and then we create a span class, and you're really gonna enjoy the glyph icons. Glyph icon. I know I did. I didn't have to like create it and then just add it as an image. And then type alert service. And then we're gonna do input. Let me create it under input, type, it's gonna be text, class equals form, control, ID, W, is folder, type of service. Let's create that, and then let's close our div. So we created we don't want to close our label because our label is going to be the whole entire thing. So label for span class, span type of service, input type class, ID, placeholder, type of service. Div. And let's see what we have so far. Okay, and save it off. We're gonna refresh. So whenever we click, I'm sorry. So this is what we have so far. Whenever we click on the request form, we have the stuff that we have generated, but nothing is basically nothing is working yet. So let's work further on it, that way we can generate the rest. So next we're gonna create a div class, form, group, label for user, name. It's gonna be a span class glyph icon. It's gonna be user. Close my span. Put company label. Span label for user, span class glyph icon user span label. And now we're gonna generate, oh, I'm sorry, I don't even have the screen open. I do apologize about that. So what I was saying was that we're gonna create the rest. Since we don't have a lot, we're gonna create the rest of the fields. So we're gonna start out by creating, we're gonna create the company first, and then contact, and then email, and then the submit buttons. So let's get started on those. So I'm gonna do div class form group for this section, and then I'm gonna create a label for, it's gonna be for the user name. I'm gonna create a span class, and then I'm gonna glyph icon user, and then close my span. I'm gonna name it company, close my label, and then I'm gonna add my input type, and it's gonna be text. That way they can add text in it. So form control, I'm gonna ID this as username, and then the placeholder, I'm gonna put enter company name, and let's save that. Let's check it out. So whenever I click on it, we have the one that we just created, type of electrical service, and company, enter company name. And again, we haven't installed any of these, so we'll still need contact phone number and email. So let's go back into our code editor, and we're gonna create a div class form group, and then we're gonna create our label for, it's gonna be user name, and then again our span. And the more you do it, the more you're gonna get comfortable with knowing how to use all of the features that Bootstrap has to offer. I'm still trying to really understand it. That's one of the main reasons I'm doing the tutorials. That way I can explain it and maybe explain it to myself as well. Contact, phone, and then close the label. And remember, we gotta put an input. So our input type is going to be, again, text. Class gonna be form, control, ID, username, and placeholder is going to be enter, phone, and then the symbol for number. Close it, and then we're gonna generate the email one. And same thing, I'm just gonna, like I said, same thing for this section right here. So I basically just copied what I had for that. I don't have to like retype it all over again. So same thing, just put the email placeholder, enter email, the glyph icon. I used envelope. And let me save my file. Let me check out what I have and click on it. And as you see, we have the sections that we created, and there seems to be something wrong with the company one since it's not going all the way. Let me look into that real quick. So basically, it's the company, so something's definitely off. Let me maybe I missed something, but let me save it. File, save all, and click on it. There you go. So the company one, I was missing a closing tag. So as you can see right here, the div class form group label, make sure they're all the same. I mean, you can copy and paste them and just change the information, the glyph icon and the placeholder, and you should be pretty good. Next, we're gonna do the submit and the exit and the need help. So basically, next we're gonna do the I'm sorry, I keep forgetting. So next we're gonna do the submit and the cancel and the need help. So let's start on that real quick, which I am going to do by so I'm gonna start off by the button. So it's gonna be button type submit class button and block. I'm gonna close it, and it's gonna be submit, and then I'm gonna do a span class equals, again, glyph icon, and then OK. Then close my span, and then close my button, and I'm gonna close my form. So now my form, I'm going to close up here, and then my div, and now I'm gonna create the, as you can see, save all. We have generated the submit button. Now we need the cancel and need help. So let me go back into my code and okay, so now I'm going to create the cancel one. So it's going to be a div class model. It's going to be the footer since we want it at the bottom, and then it's button type submit class button, and it's gonna be danger button default, and then we want it to be on the left, data, and we want it to dismiss the model, and then we're gonna create a span class, and we're gonna create the glyph icon of removed, create my close my, and then my text gonna be canceled, and then my button. And next we're gonna create our need help little icon, need, and then giraffe. It's not gonna go anywhere since this is just a sample tutorial website, and then put help and close your href, close your p, close my divs. I think I have you should close 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 divs, so it's 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we go to our request form. When you click on it, wow, you should see it. So you have the button, you have the cancel, I need help. Let's give some space, and there you go. So next thing we need to do is style our form, and the way we're gonna do that is we're gonna go into our CSS, and let me add a note. This is where we style the model, and I'm gonna start about model. I'm gonna start about the header, h4, and close. So I'm gonna style those. First, I'm gonna give it a background. Background color. I like the bluish, so I'm gonna. This is 003354 3354. Color for the text, white, and it is important to add important text, align, center, and then font size used on the header, it's gonna be 30 pixels. And now let's do the body, the header and the body this time. So it's gonna be dot model and then body. We're gonna give it a padding of 40 pixels and 50 pixels. Oh. Alright. And once we have that, we're gonna that should be it, honestly, on that section. So let's save it. Let's go back to our form. Wow, bam, there you have it. So request form, you have the blue header, you have the paddings, everything's spaced out, and everything seems to be working as the other one. See, I noticed there's a little spacing right here. We can probably fix that real quick on our request. So maybe give it a little space. I don't know, maybe it'll work. Just save it, click on it, bam, yeah, so that did it. Okay, so next, since we have our section working,
I saw her. She is real.
next thing we're gonna do is create, I think we're missing the contact section. So on our next video, which is going to be video 5, we're going to generate the contact us form, which is going to be real easy, and then add the Google Maps and the footer. Okay, well, stay in touch for video number 6, I believe. Okay, thank you for watching.